Well, well, well. Look who's back on his feet again. Hobbling on my heel. Did a lot of good healing yesterday. Took it really, really easy. And so we hopefully have no more further interruption of our plans, but we're just going to breakfast. And then we're off to an activity later.
I am made to be free.
Oh, look who's driving again. It's Stacy. So we are now off to our first activity of our second day. And we're going ziplining. And we figure that this will be okay, or I figure this will be okay for my foot, having just stepped on a nail 24 hours ago. Because you're not walking, right? You're ziplining. So we'll see. Hopefully that works out okay. My foot's feeling a lot better. Where it happened yesterday, obviously because it happened like at a place that we paid to go into, they had insurance for injuries and all that kind of stuff. And so we were like just totally looked after by the owner directly, who's like very kind. She was like just awesome. Very good experience for having a bad experience.
So we just checked in at the ziplining in that building over there, and we're the red ticket, so we follow the red line. She was saying that there isn't too many stairs, so Tristan should be okay. And we're pretty early, so we'll hang out until we start.
Yeah.
You're going to sit completely on your lotus with both hands on the holding
Okay. That's pretty sweet. I think that's it. I think that's the last one.
Amazing views.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh my god, the views.
Like, look, just...
So we just finished the zip line, and now Stacey's just going to the bathroom, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a bit of a talk a bit. That was a lot of fun. That was awesome. I've done zip lining once before. Stacey's done it a couple times. And that was awesome. It was sweet. But the best part almost, I mean, zip lining's fun, but the best part is the bloody views from this place. Okay, I'm just walking out to a deck right now. Check this out. There's a reason I think that ziplining in Costa Rica is such a popular activity.
It was probably the fastest one I've ever been on, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. We did have to rent a GoPro mount because you hold the handles with both your hands, which ended up costing us like $12. But, you know, who cares? We're done now. We're headed to soda and give my foot hopefully a bit of a rest, but I'm gonna go back, kick up my foot and relax. That's where we're off to next.
So I'm actually heading out now to go to the waterfall, the big famous waterfall. We were going to do this yesterday afternoon, but of course with Tristan's injury, we took it easy. Tristan's not going to join me because he thinks it's best to rest as much as possible so that he can be ready to go tomorrow, because we're going to be doing something with a lot more walking, which I hope is the case because today was better. So hopefully one more afternoon and evening of rest will be really good, because I really want him to be able to enjoy stuff too. But yeah, I'm heading off to the waterfall on my own now. So I made it. The drive was actually on the same road as our hotel, like 5 minutes down the road, so super easy. It's an $18 US entrance fee, and he actually said that I could leave my stuff in the car. I brought a dry bag with a few things in case I want to swim at the waterfall. But yeah, there's security in the parking lot, so apparently it's pretty safe, so hopefully that's true. So yeah, you just walk over this little bridge, and then there's change station and lockers, but you have to pay for the lockers. And then there's just a nice trail you go through, and you make your way down to the waterfall. Right by the entrance there's also a butterfly garden, but it wasn't anything special. I saw like 2 little butterflies. And now I'm going to the first platform to see the waterfall. Wow, it's beautiful. I'm gonna walk through their little orchid garden next before I walk down to the waterfall. So I think it's the wrong season for orchids right now because there are no orchids. So the only orchids I found were some really little white and brown orchids. So at least there's that. There's a lot of stairs down, so if you struggle with stairs, this might not be the activity for you, but almost there. This is absolutely gorgeous. Look how blue that water is. So there are actually 2 options for swimming. You can come down here and swim in the river, which seems really quiet, and there's lots of fish you can see, which is cool. Or at the actual base of the waterfall. I'm gonna do my best to do both, but we'll see how brave I am. Swimming by the waterfall was a little scary because the rocks are pretty big going in, so you're a little scared to slip and fall, but it wasn't too bad. They have a couple little flat areas. And then this quiet river swim is all sand, super easy to swim. Lots of big fish, which was really cool. Really relaxing. The water's a little cold, but obviously it's warm enough that it's quite refreshing. The Instagram photos. I am not looking forward to climbing up all of these steps. Don't think we're absolutely fit anymore, so this might be a little bit of a struggle, but that's okay. Gotta get up there eventually. We've made 500 steps. We didn't conquer the mountains, but ourselves. Woo! So that was really nice, like I was saying. I would say I really enjoyed myself because I could do everything. But if you weren't able to do all of the stairs, or if you didn't feel comfortable swimming, it might not be worth the price of admission. But if you are, definitely check it out. Okay, let's go find my husband.
So some consideration has to be paid to rainy season. Although the mornings have been sunny and beautiful and perfect, it's called rainy season for a reason. And right now there's thundering and lightning. I mean, it's still absolutely gorgeous to look at. This isn't even as heavy as it was 5 minutes ago. It was crazy. So rainy season is not without consequence. Okay, so it's pouring rain at the end of the day, but that can't stop us from doing what we do best, going to eat some treats.
Yeah.
Start of day 3 here in La Fortuna. Back in the car again. Stacy, of course, driving again. And today we are going to the
Mystico.
the hanging bridges. So it's quite the typical thing, like the bridges and the trees. And we're gonna go get a guided tour, and then we have to go into town. We're gonna do a little bit of running around. We do leave La Fortuna tomorrow, so we have to hit the ATM and maybe grab some snacks for the drive because it's about a 4-hour drive, and refill my first aid kit because of my foot. So first things first, off to the hanging bridges. We just got our temperature checked at the gate before we could head up. And Stacy yesterday was at the La Fortuna Waterfall, and she got her temperature checked as well. So there are a couple places that have sort of additional checks and measures in places, but you know, if you're not sick, it's not really an issue. So we're hanging out here. Stacy's found some coaties, and we're at the hanging bridges. And our reservation was a little bit messed up, I guess. So they had our information, but nothing else. They just had our name. So we just had to repay, and our tour has been pushed back by just 1 hour, from 9 till 10. So no big deal. We're just having a coffee and a smoothie while we wait to start our tour in 1 hour. We just got so lucky. We just saw the red-eye tree frog. It's like invisible, but our pro guide got like a beautiful picture on Stacy's phone for it. So we'll post it up. It's crazy. This thing, it was so hard to see even 1 foot away. We originally had a group of 6, but we lost the 4 Americans. They had 2 young girls with them that just didn't have the endurance. But this tour is so awesome, and our guide's like wicked. Oh, highly recommended, and especially now that we have a private tour. This place is like absolutely gorgeous. I can't recommend this place enough. You know, we're pretty cheap. You got to do this place with a guide. It's totally worth it.
Can you imagine listening that at night during the cold weather?
Well, we have concluded now. That was fantastic. You got it. It's highly recommended. It was sweet. We saw everything. We saw howler monkeys and spider monkeys and tarantulas and jumping spiders, a bazillion different types of birds. Just fantastic. So highly recommended. If you're in La Fortuna, it's the place to do it. So Stacy, what'd you think of that?
It's really, really good. Lots of good information. We saw so much. I would say if you're wondering where to get a guide, I recommend a guide here over like the Sloth Trail, because this is so much bigger, you would miss so much more. And yeah, the second half was a private tour. We're like, how can you complain?
Honeymoon tragedy updates. So it's not like all good tragedies. Obviously, we were more concerned with it than filming. Stacy forgot her phone in the bathroom at the hanging bridges. We made it all the way. Idiota. We made it all the way back to La Fortuna. And what were we doing?
We were gonna get lunch.
Oh, there was a sloth, and we were gonna get a picture of it. And that's when we realized. But of course, we went back, and there it was waiting at reception, no problem. So
thank goodness.
A little bit of excitement, just to keep
a little bit
things.
of stress, you know.
just to keep things caliente, you know? We're at Tabacon for dinner tonight. They do a night pass, which is like dinner and like the hot springs.
Yeah, it's the only hot springs we're doing here. We were gonna try and do the free ones, but obviously because of Tristan's foot, we're not gonna try and do that. It looks so good. Oh, our starters were really good, by the way. I guess I didn't say that, but
So natural. So smooth.
That's it for us in La Fortuna.